finished, absolutely beautiful. But look here, look. Look at this man here. He's got a monster of a breakfast. Mr. Incredible having an incredible breakfast.
Incredibly good.
Right, good morning fishy people. I'm Alan Norris from FishOn TV, and as you probably guessed, we are at Lindholme Lakes. Looking beautiful this morning, lots of birds, lots of wildlife knocking about. And today I'm fishing with the Old Boys Fishing Club. It's Tuesday the 8th of June and we are fishing the Loco pond. There should have been 20 of us, but we've had 2 cry off last minute. One unfortunately has got COVID, but I think he's okay, and the other one, his wife's just got out of hospital, so he's had to stay at home. Unlucky Nige, and I hope your wife gets well, and get well soon, Rich, as well, pal. Wish you all the best. Right, Lindholme Lakes, as you can see, it's a beautiful day. It's supposed to be round about 21, 22 degrees. Loco pond, big fish territory, but there are also lots of F1s and nice bream and whatever in there, so looking forward to it. 18, should be quite a bit of room, hopefully should be a few fish, and with the weather being like it is, I think there could be shallow. I'm pretty sure there'll be shallow. Well, I'm hoping there'll be shallow anyway, but my plan today for that lake is 8mm pellet on the bomb and waggler on the same line. The bomb rod I'm going to set up is going to be a bomb rod I can convert straight to a method feeder if need be, so that'll be one rod doing 2 jobs basically. I will be 14 metres shallow. Alex has told me 4 mils is the way to go at the minute, so I've got to take that advice. He's pretty local here, as you probably already know, one of the local experts. And margins for later. And that's it. I don't think I'm going to do a top tune 2 line. I'm going to concentrate on shallow again, pellet, waggler, bomb, margins. Keep it as simple as that. Obviously, you've got to set a mugging rig up and a carp shallow rig up. So I'll be doing that as well. Really looking forward to it today. Can't wait to get on the bank. Giddy kipper as usual. Woke up far too early. 5:10 this morning for me. I'm terrible. You'd think after all this fishing that I do, you'd think I'm used to it, but I just can't help it. I've got all this, you've got to have a look at this. It looks beautiful today. Yeah, Aaron has just opened up in the shop over there. It looks lovely, doesn't it? Look at that. Beautiful. And these pegs now, this is the bonsai lake, all this. These used to be like the mega favoured pegs, but now because of the chalets over here and there's no matches happening at the back, these are tending to be, I mean, they've always been decent pegs, but I think those pegs now, I think those pegs are like the favoured areas. I know when I've fished a couple of matches, like in winter, having said that, they have done alright, those pegs. I think there's been a couple of qualifiers come from those pegs, so just a bit of knowledge for you. Right then folks, I've drawn peg 36. I couldn't picture where it was in my head, and I don't know why, because the pegs, 2 pegs down to my left is where I've seemed to draw every time in golden rod. So this area, I know in winter's a little bit unpredictable. In summer, I've just spotted Paul right in there. He seems to think that it's not a bad waggler peg and bomb peg, which, well, part of my tactics anyway. I've got an horrible crosswind. I mean, it's a gorgeous day, but I'm on about, when I say horrible, it's for stability of the float. So I've put quite a heavy guru one on, just to see if we can hold it a little bit longer. I mean, if these fish start taking it, it's not in for long anyway, if they start taking it. So I think everybody's just about ready. I think they've been waiting for me to get ready, because like I say, I think it was like 5 to 9 when I got to my peg, at the time I'd sorted all the money out. And what we're doing today, we're having we normally do first, second, third and fourth, so I'll read the first 3 out at the end of the match, but I've decided now, because it's been so peggy this year, like I've not known before, I'm going to start doing sections. I know a lot of people do sections anyway, but we're going to start doing sections. So we've got sections of 6, and all these to my left I think are in my section. I'm not sure, I can't remember without looking whether Dave's in my section. I think he is, but anyway, I'll let you have a quick look at the peg to show you my tactics. Here we go. Plan of action. I'm going to go out, I'm thinking 14.5 metres. We'll see how it is when I'm holding the pole. I'm going to go shallow there, I'm going to prime that. I'm going to set off with bomb and pellet, maybe wagglet and pellet out there. That's going to be main attack. Shallow down here, and then these margins for a bit later on. So that's the plan of attack. Let's see how we get on, and I'll give you updates as we get along. So there we go. Folks, since I last spoke to you, I've had a couple of little roach on that 14 metre line. I've had no bites on waggler whatsoever. So I did start priming another swim up to the left slightly. There you can see the white van, and that's been in 4.5 minutes, 8mm pellet. And it's gone round at last. Nigel just told me it's got about £60. He just keeps getting him on waggler all the time. I just can't get a bite on waggler whatsoever. And I think there's quite a few other people struggling as well. I've not seen Dave get anything outside of me. I think Jeff's only had one, he'd not had a bite. After a few hours, after about 2.5 hours. It's been really frustrating. It seems like a decent sized fish. We get this in, like I say, I've only got about £5 or £6. Towel over my legs starting to get a bit warm. I really did think bomb and pellet and waggler, I really did think that would work really well today. That's better. That's £7. At last, a decent fish. And I've had no liners, that's the strange thing at all. Nice as they were getting liners galore when he went on method. It's about £6 is this one. Yep, there we go. Decent sized fish at last. We'll put £7 on for that one. Just got another 48 to go to catch Nigel, but he's just had another one on waggler. But yeah, it's been really hard work today, I've got to say. Normally do alright on waggler here, but it's been rock hard, and I see a lot. I mean, there's some fish topping right out there in the middle, but they all seem to be there in that area from what I can see, they're swirling all over, which is why I've moved slightly left, because there's just nothing to my right hand side, not a line and no nothing. And what I've done is I keep feeding this line, hoping that some F1s will turn up. Keep feeding that quite heavily. And just a lot of roach at the minute. And I'm putting a good pouch full of pellets in. And this bloody catty pouch with my head in. I have to change it, I think. I have 2 lots and a good full pouch. Just to get them on the bottom while I'm on this method. And I've just seen a fish. Oh, it's just cruising, it's just on top of water. And I've just seen another one there as well, so maybe it might be time to have another go at waggler. If you put plenty of pellets in, they can't possibly intercept them all, and hopefully they'll go down. I've noticed these F1s that are just right in the reeds. Took a few pellets at them, they are going for them, but they're right in the reeds. I'm hoping that down here in my margin, when I to feed the margin, I'll get a few down there as well, but I can't understand why it's fishing this hard. I thought they'd be right up for it today. They've all spawned. Timer on. I'm expecting alright. A few nets full today anyway. There's only 9. Got a few nets full, but I've not. Who's that over there? There's somebody putting a fishing net. Soz looks quiet. He's bent over. Can't remember who's to his left, but one of our lads has just put another fishing net. It just seems quiet around here. Heard them moaning a bit. There's not a lot of fish. I think Franny's had 4 or 5 fish. I think Simon Hudson's had 6 or 7 fish. I've got 6 or 7 or 8 fish, but I've only got £12 for it. And I just, oh, a slight liner there. That's the first line I've had today. So, you know, other fish just slightly to my left where I've gone. Another slight liner. But certainly in between those willows, which is pretty much straight out in front of me, absolutely zero there. I put a smaller waggler on, just gone a tad deeper. I've gone shallower and I've gone up and down the depth. I've not actually gone to sort of 4 or 5 foot, so maybe I ought to put a longer waggler on. I've noticed Nigel's got a longer waggler on, but he's only fishing at about 3 foot with the look of it. Which is what I've done. I've fished at that sort of depth and nothing. I've had 2 bites on that. One was like an F1 bite, and then one was it was a good size F1, about £5. It just pulled out just down here. But not a lot. Is that on? Yeah. That wasn't a very good bite at all. It was a tap, like little taps, and that's going. Is that? Yeah, I've got a feeling that's a carp as well. That was a strange bite, that, but it looked like it were on. It looked like it was shaking its head. It's taking a bit of line as well. Feels like a nice solid fish. Let's hope it is. So that were 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So I've got to repeat that. It's unbelievable because I've done exactly the same, slightly to the right, nothing. And Nigel's just hooked into another one. He's having a right day, is Nige, really enjoying himself. So all his fish is started with method. And he's gone up waggler and he's never looked back.
I've had a good hour or so on Waggler thinking, well, they've got to turn up at some point. Whoa, that's really going. You're not happy? Hope it's not foul hooked. It's unbelievable timing. It's 2 minutes 20. Again. It was a weird bite. And he's a decent sized fish as well. You know, writhe it round or anything, it was just like a couple of little jabs and I thought, oh, that's got to be on. They're not pulling it round at all. Oh, he's foul hooked. That was the weird bite. Oh no, he ain't. It went right round its fin. Thought it was foul hooked. Right round its dorsal fin when it was turning. Stay still, stay still, stay still. Nice. Not bad, another one about £6. Well, they'll do if they keep coming every 2.5 minutes. So there we go, folks. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's taken me up to 26 now. 2 hours and 25 minutes, or 2 hours and 20 minutes to go. It's been a slow start. Indeed. It's wrapped the bloody rubber all around my hook. There we go, got that off. So, same thing again. Be out there, double set of pellets, cast among the pellets. 2 minutes, 20 seconds, it's going to go round. Right, there you go. Let's go round again, folks. I'm going to shorten that up length because there's weird bites. And it's going into these reeds, is this. Come on, come away. And Mr. Incredible's having a good day. He's had some right lumps. I heard Bob say there's only one winner today. He's had a bad season so far. He's on a nice peg 17. I've just seen him land some right units. I think this is a decent fish as well. Well, I hope anyway. I think Soz is struggling, but you never know with him. He's always telling porkies. Oh, he's trying to go into them reeds out there. And Nige is still catching. Having the right days, Nige. And into another one, Wagman. Or as David Wood likes to be called, the Wag Daddy. That's what Scotthorne calls him, Oliver. The Wag Daddy. Oh. Just when you thought you were coming in. I want him in them reeds. I lost enough last week in reeds. And I've fed my margin down there. And those F1s have disappeared out of the reeds, so have they gone down there? I don't know. They just know where to go, don't they? Oh, he's putting a right scrap up this. I got a glimpse of him then. Oh, he's a decent one as well, he's a nice size. Very nice indeed. Oh, Mr. Incredible's wanting to know what the net limits are. He must have a few pounds in them nets. There's a few pounds sat on his box, I know that for certain. They'll kill me. Don't want him grabbing you, do you? He had his ginormous breakfast this morning. I think you saw a quick glimpse of him. Bless him. Likes his snack. He was coming up till he saw me net. Biggest fish at day, this. Arms dropping off. There we go, that's a lovely fish. He's got to be £10. Oh my God, yeah, easily. I think he's a bit more than 10, is he? I'm going to give him 10 for defo. I'm going to shorten that up length, I think. Let's see if we can get some more positive bites. Wowzers, look at that. We'll get him weighed. I forgot to weigh my biggest fish up at Woodlands Thirsk. About 15 or 16 pound. And we have a biggest fish at year. 13's winning it, and mine dwarfed that one. So that still feels alright. I'm going to shorten that right down a little bit. Right, there we go. Well folks, it went quite on bomb and I was getting liners. I noticed one or two fish showing the faces. Oh, let's get him out of there. And first chuck in, sunk the line. It went straight under. Come on, I've got a feeling it's an F1. Oh, bloody reeds. Hook's just pulled out. Well, that was a decent sound. It was an F1. Just head straight for the bloody reeds. Let's get back in and see if we know that. Yeah, that went straight under that. That wasn't bad at all. At all. Apart from, I've lost the bloody thing. So we'll get back in. Put a longer float on because this wind is pretty bad now. It's not going to go under now, is it? Typical that. I just thought that it's just one happening. I've had a quick look in my margin. All I can get is perch. I don't know where it is with me, with big bunches of maggots, ground bait and dead maggots. All I ever get is tiddlers. Just can't seem to get past them. I see people doing exactly the same thing and they're getting big bloody lumps out of margins. Ooh, F1 bite that, F1 bite. So we'll get back out and see if we can get another one. Well, eventually I've got another one at Waggler. I think it's an F1. Yeah. Exactly the same baits as what Nigel's using, a little red robin. $8mm red robin, that is. There we go. Lucky, because that's just pulled out. Hey, lucky indeed. An F1. It's been hard work, very hard work, so I'm due to have a little look at margin again. Get a few pellets cast out. So there we go, that's up to, put that to on, £38. Nigel's got about 100, so anyway, and he's got another one as well. Right, over and out. Unbelievable. Doing exactly the same thing, well this morning. Again on pellet waggler. And I'm getting bites now. Doing nothing different to this morning. I don't know whether they've just decided to start having it here or what, but we're getting 1 or 2 bites now. I couldn't buy a bite on waggler this morning, not a thing. And it's a case of leaving it as well. I keep twitching, finding pellets round. I don't want it to go in from them reeds. These fish that come on waggler have all gone for reeds. Like this one's going for reeds. I take it it's an F1 because that's where they seem to head. Carp never seem to bother for some reason. Wrap round its fin, that I could. And round in circles. See that? Turned itself dizzy. Trying to get in the reeds again. Wow. Ah. It's a big F1 or a carp, this, because it's a mighty battle up. Mighty. It's not happy at all, this one. Well, you start getting it to surface, it goes again. Whoa, get out of there. You crazy fish. Oh, it's a carp, it is a carp. A decent lump as well. Oh, that'll do, it will. It'll do lovely. Oh, yeah. About £6-ish. Again, full of mussels. There's a proper bruiser, is that one. Another one drinking a bit of Guinness. This one. There we go. Well, that's taken me over £40 now. I'm not going to beat Nige, and he's in my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's in my section, but if he gets in the money, I have a chance of winning my section by default. So we've got 45 minutes, unless I can put about £60 together. I ain't catching him. I've got to have a quick look at my margin again, but like I say, I were hoping a bunch of dead reds. I've put quite a lot down there as well to try and feed off the perch and roach. I'm hoping that carp are moving, but every time I've had a look, all I've got is pescilly perchy. Oh, there we go. They've been knocking these reeds all the time. Well, saying knocking, they've just been sunbathing. these F1s to in my margin. Give it a twitch. Just twitched it like that last time and bang, it went under. But he ain't doing it now the camera's on. How rude. Right. Well, the sun's just about left me. Hey, left-handed catapulting and all, it's the future. It's feeling quite natural now at last. Instead of feeling like somebody broke my arm. Right, there we go. Let's keep finding them pellets and see if we can get another one. I'm going into another one and it's another carp. And I've noticed now there's a few in front of me like they've been in front of Nige most of the day. I've just seen two top while I've had this on, right where I'm fishing as well. And I haven't stopped firing the pellets in. I've gone through like nearly 2 bags of pellets. I'm ready for opening another one. Fishery pellets, of course. Are they going to come up? I love it when it wraps around them, don't they? I think they're away, turning on that, up round the fins. Come on, Mr. Fish. Yes, another nice lump. Another one about 6 or 7, maybe 8 pounds. Yeah, another 7 pounder. Yeah, that'll do nicely. That'll do nicely. So Mr. Incredible's having a great day and all. These must be 60 pound or so. Need a few more of them to catch Mr. Incredible up. Told him it was his day today to be a mighty fisherman. Right, over and out. Right then, fish people, we are all weighed in. what a glorious day that was. It's been quite difficult for a few people and very good for one of the others. Right, as you saw, I drew peg 36. My main plan of attack was going to be bomb and waggler and 14 metres shallow. I picked an area for the waggler and the bomb, which was like, my target was between two willow trees. I persevered there for ages and I had nothing whatsoever. I had no bites, no indications, no liners, no nothing. And Nigel to my right, I noticed he was on the pellet waggler and he started catching. But I persevered with it. I kept priming the 14 metre line, which I did go on after about 45 minutes. And I ended up with a couple of F1 straight away. I thought, nice one, here we go. And then I just got bitted out. It was roach, tiny little bites. I could feel them on the end and rattling, and just couldn't get that line going. And I kept priming it all day and kept trying it periodically throughout the day, and all I could get was roach. I really did think the F1s are moving and bully those roach right out of the way, but it never happened. I even tried a jigger rig on there just to make sure it was just me missing bites, because you've got to have 8 inches between your pole top and your float. But it wasn't, it was the little roach. I could feel them on that as well, and I really did try a hell of a lot to get that line going. In the meantime, I ended up going a little bit further after I primed a line up for the bomb and waggler about 15 to 20 yards left of where I actually started, because I did see quite a lot of fish in front of Nige, and he was actually catching to the straight in front of him really, which is left of that peg. I've drawn that peg before, and you're not allowed to actually fish there if it's a full lake. But we'd got 3 pegs down there. He'd got all that to himself. He could fish there, so that's where he's been catching his fish on the waggler probably 97% of the day, which has proved pretty good for him. Margins, prime margins up, put plenty of dead reds down there and ground bait, and all I could get were roach and perch there. Not a sign of a decent fish whatsoever down there. Really disappointed with that one as well. But the bomb line, the new bomb line, I started to pick 1 or 2 nice fish up. Very strange bites as well. They weren't exactly heaving it round. There were a couple of little jabs, and that was it. And there were decent fish as well. So I shortened the hook length to see if that would make a difference, and it didn't. Then I started getting lots of liners, so out came the waggler again. I wish I'd stuck on that. I wish I'd picked that line from the off. I think that was the area more towards the middle of the lake. When I say middle, I mean going left of the lake. I was probably fishing at about 30 metres, something like that. Nice catapult range. I'd got wind right to left, but the tow was right, so if you sunk your line it stayed fairly still, and I started getting bites, and not on the 8mm pellet. The 8mm pellet I had the odd bite, but I started getting a lot more confident bites on the Robin Reds, and that's what Nige apparently has been using all day. So I've ended up with £51.62 in the end. Bit disappointed, but it's worked out not too bad in the end. As you know, we've had first, second and third and 3 sections, trying to just split the money up a little bit more, because it's been so peggy on a lot of lakes so far. It's just been a certain area, and that's been it, and like the majority of people have just not got a chance of winning anything. So we're having 3 sections now. The reason we haven't done it before is because we just keep it as cheap as we can. I'm just to charge a little bit more money so there's more people wins a few quid, and it's not a lot of money. That's not what it's about with our club. It's all about getting together, having a good day's fishing. So let's get on to the results. Thoroughly enjoyed it, always enjoy me fishing, and that's the main thing. Right, in 3rd place, he's had a bad season. He's got a little bit fed up with himself. He says he can't draw, but I think he's drawn a lovely peg today. Peg 17. He wasn't sure. I've showed him that I said, Steve, that is a nice peg. Mr. Incredible. He's coming with 58.78. He's lost 3 gret lumps apparently.
So 5878, Steve Foster, aka Mr. Incredible. What a mighty fisherman you are today, son. Well done. People's favourite. Good to see you in the money again. Well done, Steve. In second place, damn it, it was struggling to start with. I know they're margin pegs, peg 15. They are decent margin pegs. I'm assuming he's caught quite a few towards the end. He loves his margins. It's the lovely, horrible bloke himself, Soz, 64.92. And he's asked me to give him a right good write-up. Well, I ain't doing that. Calling him a mighty fisherman. Well done, Soz. For second place, that's enough for you, son. And he was waiting for his money. Buggered off last week. In first place, on peg 38 to my left, probably fishing peg 40 area with the waggler all day. And the difference between him casting out and me casting out on the waggler, I get a bite every 5 or 6 casts. Some of the times he was casting out and he was striking straight away. There was definitely plenty of fish around that area. He's ended up with £103.46. Nigel Middleton, you are this week's Old Boys mightiest fisherman. So well done, son. We did have 3 sections. Bob Huntington, peg 15, coming with 57.30 for his section. So well done, Bob. What a mighty fisherman you are. We had Mick Smith moaning about his peg in the corner there, but he's managed to win his section with £23.64. It's fish tough down that side. So well done, Mick. What a mighty fisherman you are. And in the other section, it's yours truly with £51.62. So what a mighty fisherman I am. Well done, me. So as usual, bomb and 8mm pellet seems to be key there. I think if you're wanting to know what plan of attack you ought to have, I think the 2 main plans of attack are bomb and 8mm pellet and pellet waggler. Do not rule out method feeder. That's a great tactic there. Margins, there are certain margins better than others. I'm sure if we could have seen a little bit better, mugging will come into it as well. And obviously shallow fishing, whether you're using 4mm pellets, 6mm pellets or caster, they're the other options that I do know that they catch on. I couldn't catch on them today. A bit semi-skimmed I think today. Couldn't get them going, but thoroughly enjoyed the day. So I hope you've enjoyed the insights to a day's fishing on the Loco pond. And I will make sure the spelling is correct. It's L-O-C-O. L-O-C-O, yeah. I've been putting double C in apparently. So there you go, folks. It's a lovely venue there. Always make you feel very, very welcome. Lots of lakes to go at, so get yourself down and give it a go. So don't forget, folks, if you do like my videos, it's absolutely free to subscribe. If you click the notification bell, you will get all our videos as we upload them. And a thumbs up would be very, very nice indeed. So until next week, I'm not sure where we're going next week. So we shall see you on Sunday. And my mate Leon's just turned up to the pub because the pub's just here. I'm going for a pint. He's shouting at me now. So we'll see you later, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the banks at Hayfield Lakes. Ta-ta for now. And don't forget, guys, fish on.